Boyz. Two men in their heydays made our hearts melt with their melodies and soulful voices. But at the height of their fame, the once revered R&B group turned to a reality show. Due to the scandals that plagued them, and to make matters worse, Kandi drops a bombshell, revealing a dark secret. What could this be? Stay tuned. Wanya Morris and the beginning of Boyz Two Men. Wanya Morris, originally named Wanya Jermaine Morris, was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on July 29, 1973. His childhood was marked by challenges stemming from his upbringing in a dysfunctional family. Despite these difficulties, Morris discovered solace in music, which served as a sanctuary during turbulent times. While attending the prestigious Philadelphia High School for the Creative and Performing Arts, Kappa, Morris refined his vocal abilities through participation in the school choir alongside his future band members. In 1987, he joined a musical ensemble known as Unique Attraction, which later transformed into a prominent music group. Over the subsequent months, the group underwent several changes before officially rebranding themselves following the success of the hit song Boyz Two Men by New Edition. The establishment of the Unique Attraction that would later become Boyz Two Men dates back to 1985, when Michael Grimaldi, Nathan Morris, and Mark Nelson founded it at the Philadelphia High School for the Creative and Performing Arts, Kappa. The initial lineup also included George Baldy, John Schultz, and Marguerite Walker. Wanya Morris joined the group in 1987 after showcasing his vocal talents in the school's choir, solidifying his position as a permanent member. Subsequently, in 1988, Baldy, Schultz, and Walker left the group upon graduation. Sean Stockman was recruited after the group witnessed his impressive solo performance in the school's choir. Michael McCary became the new bass singer after a serendipitous encounter in a school bathroom. The group honed their skills through rehearsals in various locations, including the high school's bathrooms, school corners, and other local spots. At Kappa, they received valuable mentorship from Ledeva. Inspired by the melodies and performances of New Edition, the group decided to rebrand themselves as Boyz Two Men, paying homage to New Edition's Boyz Two Men track from the 1988 album Heartbreak. In 1989, following a successful performance at a Valentine's Day event at their school, they seized an opportunity to attend a concert hosted by local radio station Power 99 at the Philadelphia Civic Center. Their original intention was to seek out Will Smith backstage and showcase their talents to him. However, during their quest for Smith, they unexpectedly crossed paths with New Edition member Michael Bivins, who, along with Ricky Bell and Ronnie DeVoe, had recently announced plans to form a New Edition spin-off trio known as Bell Biv DeVoe. Impressed by their performance of New Edition's Can You Stand the Rain? Bivins, along with the entire audience, which included various celebrities, was captivated by their rendition. Subsequently, Bivins shared his contact details with the group and encouraged them to get in touch. Nate took the initiative to reach out, leading to Bivins agreeing to manage and assist in producing the group. After facing delays in recording their music and rumored conflicts in personalities, original member Mark Nelson decided to leave the group. This departure ultimately reshaped Boyz Two Men into the quartet that would go on to achieve global recognition. Michael McCary, Nathan Morris, Wanya Morris, and Sean Stockman. Despite their fame, who could have predicted the unexpected events that would unfold for this iconic group? Release of their debut album. The debut album of Boyz Two Men, titled Cooley High Harmony, was launched under Motown in 1991 with Michael Bivins as the producer. The drum-heavy new jack swing beats and layered sampled backgrounds of Cooley High Harmony had similarities with the music of Bell Biv DeVoe. But Boyz Two Men added classic soul vocals instead of rapping and louder singing like BBD. This unique style was referred to as hip-hop doo-wop by both the group and Bivins, who introduced Boyz Two Men and Another Bad Creation, an R&B group of adolescents, as protégés of BBD to the public. Right from the start, Boyz Two Men stood out by having all four members take turns as lead singers, instead of following the traditional R and B group format of one or two leads and background singers. This unique approach became a signature of Boyz Two Men, with each member showcasing their vocal range, from Wanya Morris's vibrato-filled tenor to Sean Stockman's smooth tenor, Nathan Morris's deep baritone, and Michael McCary's resonant bass, adding depth to their songs. The liner notes of the album revealed special monikers for all the members of the group. These nicknames were created with the help of Bivens as a way to promote the group. Wanya was called Squirt, Sean was known as Slim, Michael went by the name Bass, and Nathan chose the moniker Alex Vanderpool, inspired by a character from a soap opera who had a geeky fashion sense. Boyz Two Men's initial track, Motown Philly, was the first single produced by Dallas Austin and featured a rap contribution from Michael Bivens, detailing how he crossed paths with the group. The release of this single was accompanied by a music video that showcased the band in a hip-hop fashion. In addition, the video included appearances by Black Thought and Questlove, who were also alumni of the Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts. For their second single from Cooley High Harmony, Boyz Two Men did a cappella rendition of G.C. Cameron's It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday, a classic Motown song from the 1975 film Cooley High. Following this, was released as the third single. Cooley High Harmony experienced great success, selling more than 9 million copies and receiving the Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals at the 1992 Grammy Awards. Boyz Two Men were also in the running for Best New Artist, competing against British singer-songwriter Seal, fellow R&B group Color Me Badd, and dance group C+C Music Factory, but the award ultimately went to singer-songwriter Mark Cohn. Motown Philly and It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday topped the R&B charts and reached the top 5 on the US pop charts. In 1992, Boyz Two Men became part of MC Hammer's prominent Too Legit to Quit tour as a supporting act. During their travels, their tour manager, Roderick Khalil Roundtree, was tragically killed in Chicago, leading the group to dedicate their future performances of It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday to him. This situation ultimately contributed to the group's rise to fame. While on tour in 1992, Boyz Two Men took a break to go back to the studio and record the song End of the Road, which was co-written and produced by Kenneth Babyface Edmonds for the soundtrack of Eddie Murphy's movie Boomerang. This single, released on June 30th, 1992, quickly became Boyz Two Men's most popular song, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on August 15th and staying there for an unprecedented 13 weeks until November 14th, 1992. The success of End of the Road propelled Boyz Two Men from promising R&B artists to mainstream music icons. In 1993, a newly updated version of Cooley High Harmony was released, featuring the addition of End of the Road as a bonus track. Initially, End of the Road was only included in the Boomerang soundtrack, but it later became part of a singles collection curated by Michael Bivens called East Coast Family, Volume 1. Following the release of this compilation, Boyz Two Men and Michael Bivens went their separate ways in terms of professional collaboration. Boyz Two Men went on to collaborate with Babyface and other renowned record producers in the following years. Release of second album. Boyz Two Men followed up their Christmas compilation with their second album, 2, in 1994. This highly anticipated album became a massive success, selling over 12 million copies in the US and solidifying the band's status as one of the best-selling R&B groups of all time. 2 received critical acclaim and went on to win 2 Grammy Awards in 1995, including Best R&B Album. The majority of the songs on 2 were composed and created by Tim and Bob, specifically Tim Kelly and Bob Robinson. Additionally, some tracks were produced by Babyface and the accomplished duo of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Various songs from Two achieved great success as singles, including On Bended Knee by Jam and Lewis, as well as I'll Make Love to You and Water Runs Dry by Babyface. I'll Make Love to You surpassed End of the Road by holding the #1 position for 14 weeks, breaking the previous record of 13 weeks. This achievement was also accomplished by Whitney Houston's rendition of I Will Always Love You earlier that year. Following this, On Bended Knee took over the #1 spot from I'll Make Love to You, making Boyz Two Men one of only 3 acts to replace themselves at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart, a feat previously achieved by Elvis Presley and the Beatles. The group made a guest appearance as backup singers on Michael Jackson's Grammy-nominated 9th album, History, in 1995. In 1995, Motown released a compilation of remixes of Boyz Two Men songs titled The Remix Collection, featuring tracks from Cooley, High Harmony, and Two. The group did not support the release of the collection as they believed it did not showcase their finest work. Following the unauthorized release of the album by the label, a disagreement arose between the company and the group. Boyz Two Men took matters into their own hands by establishing their own recording company, Stone Creek, which released music from artists like Uncle Sam. They also secured distribution for Stone Creek through Epic Records instead of Motown. Even though the group presented a polished image, there were signs of internal issues beginning to surface. Internal issues within the band. The third album by Boyz Two Men, titled Evolution, was released in 1997 to mixed reviews and sold 3 million copies. This was much lower than the massive success of their previous albums too, 12 million copies, and Cooley, High Harmony, 9 million. 4 Seasons of Loneliness, written by Jam Lewis, was the only single from Evolution to reach #1 on the Hot 100 chart. Another single, A Song for Mama, produced by Babyface and featured in the movie Soul Food, was a top 10 hit. However, the next single, Can't Let Her Go, did not meet expectations. In 1997, the worldwide tour to promote Evolution proved to be a hit in terms of ticket sales. However, Boyz Two Men faced challenges behind the scenes, including conflicts with their record label and internal disagreements among the members. Adding to their troubles, health issues started to impact the group. Wanya Morris developed a vocal cord polyp during the Evolution album tour, leading to a postponement of some shows until he could fully recuperate. Due to McCary's multiple sclerosis, he was unable to take part in the majority of the group's dance performances. In 1998, Boyz Two Men received nominations for 2 Grammy Awards, one for Best R&B Album for their album Evolution, and another for Best R&B Vocal Performance by a duo or group for their song A Song for Mama. In 1999, Universal Music Group acquired Polygram, which was the parent company of Motown. As part of a significant corporate reshuffle, Motown was combined with Universal Records under UMG, leading to Boyz Two Men being reassigned within the organization. To modernize their sound and silence critics who doubted their dependence on Babyface's songwriting, Boyz Two Men took the lead on writing and producing their Universal album, Nathan Michael Sean Wanya, which did not garner the commercial success they had hoped for, with only 500,000 copies sold in the US and 1 million worldwide. Despite receiving a more positive reception from critics compared to their previous work, the album's singles Pass You By and Thank You in Advance did not achieve hit status. In 2001, Boyz Two Men left Universal after a decade of success that started in 1991. Their departure marked the end of their partnership with the company. As part of their exit, the label put out a compilation of their top hits titled Legacy, The Greatest Hits Collection, final album. In 2002, Boyz Two Men signed a new contract with Arista Records to start working on their Full Circle album. They collaborated with Babyface on a new single titled The Color of Love. The group aimed to replicate their earlier success by investing heavily in promoting the album. Arista spared no expenses on a lavish music video, which was shot in 4 different locations by different directors. The video featured individual band members in India, Tokyo, Ghana, and Puerto Rico, before coming together in New York. Despite its debut on BET, the music video did not have the desired impact. Ultimately, Full Circle, much like their previous album, Nathan Michael Sean Wanya, sold just over 500,000 copies in the US and 1 million copies worldwide. Boyz Two Men's album, Full Circle, marked the end of their time as a 4-member group, and it was the last album to be heavily promoted by a major record label. Michael McCary departed from the group on January 30th, 2003, citing health issues related to multiple sclerosis, MS, and personal difficulties. Arista ended their contract with Boyz Two Men on April 30th, prompting the remaining 3 members to take a break from the music scene. Let's discuss the scandalous behavior of Wanya Morris over the years while he was a member of Boyz Two Men.
And I was like, wow, that's amazing, because this young lady was pretty cool. Now I was young at the time. I wasn't 30 nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Scandals of Wanya Morris. During the mid-90s, Wanya Morris and Brandy engaged in a mysterious and intense relationship that eventually turned sour due to lies, deceit, and a convoluted romantic entanglement. Brandy had a momentous year in 1994, achieving worldwide success with her debut album, Brandy, which sold more than 6 million copies, and also falling in love for the first time. At the tender age of 15, Brandy found herself drawn to Wanya Morris of Boyz Two Men, who was 6 years her senior, after he invited her to accompany the group on their 1995 national tour as the opening act. In the beginning, the actress was hesitant about revealing her true feelings, but eventually found the courage to confess her love for Morris. On a VH1 Behind the Music episode in 2012, she looked back on the moment she expressed her love for him, admiring how he made her feel in a way she had never experienced before. Morris was surprised by her admission, leading their relationship to develop into a romantic one. Brandy was overjoyed and described their connection as genuine, true love. Despite working together on Broken Hearted and maintaining a strong bond for 2 years, they kept their romance private due to Brandy's growing career. Brandy, who sang Sitting Up in My Room, shared that she has always prioritized her career over everything else. She raised concerns about the societal message young girls are receiving about love and wondered if it was being seen as unacceptable. This dilemma caused her to feel alienated and forced her to hide her emotions. Just before her 19th birthday, Morris broke up with Brandy because he had developed feelings for another person. Brandy, who saw the Boyz Two Men singer as her initial love interest, was deeply hurt by the separation and recalled feeling shattered when he decided to part ways with her. He developed feelings for another person. The worst feeling is to have strong emotions for someone who does not reciprocate those feelings. It's truly a chaotic situation, to tell the truth, Brandy shared. That's the only words that fit. It was like someone had taken my heart out of my body and destroyed it. While Morris was still in a relationship with Brandy, he began spending time with singer Adina Howard, who rose to fame in the mid-90s with her hit album, Do You Wanna Ride, and her popular single, Freak Like Me. Howard shared during an interview on TV Own's Unsung in 2019 that she and the Grammy-winning artist had a romantic relationship while she was working on her second album, Welcome to Fantasy Island. This romantic involvement caused tension between Brandy and Howard, who were both signed to Atlantic Records at the time, leading to issues in the workplace. Two young women, both focused on their ambitions, found themselves entangled in a love triangle, Howard reflected. Label executive Sylvia Rowan eventually became aware of the situation and advised Howard to prioritize her music over her personal life.
As a result, the release date for Adina's album was delayed.
The scandal attracted the attention of media personality Wendy Williams, who reached out to Howard for an interview. During their discussion, Howard made disparaging remarks about Rowan and Brandy, which did not sit well with the label executive. As a result, The release of Howard's second album was delayed indefinitely. I said things I shouldn't have about someone in authority, and she rightfully put a hold on everything, Howard recalled. It was the correct decision when you hold power and hear negative comments about yourself. Morris eventually married Tracy Nash in 2002, and they have 6 children together, including 4 sons in an R&B boy band called Wanya Morris, as well as 2 daughters. In 2019, Morris tied the knot with Amber Reyes while still legally married to Tracy. Additionally, the recent disclosures about Michael McCary sparked discussions among fans. Michael McCary reveals the truth. During the 1990s, Michael McCary achieved great success as a member of the popular group Boyz Two Men, earning multiple hit songs. However, his trajectory changed when he left the group in 2003, attributing health problems as the cause for his departure. After leaving, McCary appeared to retreat from public view and stayed relatively silent for a while. Now, at 44 years old, the talented singer, also referred to as Mike Bass by his dedicated followers, has chosen to open up about the particular health issue that led him to take a break from his musical pursuits. McCary is not only discussing his health challenges, but also expressing the intense emotional impact of leaving the group on him. He disclosed that he struggled with deep depression during that time. In an upcoming episode of Iyanla Vanzant's show, Iyanla, Fix My Life, McCary shared that his health problems started with minor back spasms and progressively worsened. According to him, the symptoms intensified when he was about 22 years old. Eventually, he received a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, a condition that affects the central nervous system and can significantly impact one's overall health. In a sneak peek of the show, McCary reveals the impact of his diagnosis on him and how it evoked a range of emotions. He vividly remembers the doctors cautioning him about a nerve in his sciatic region that could potentially be paralyzed if he didn't act carefully, which left him feeling scared and unsure about what lies ahead. This newfound knowledge compelled him to hide his health issues from his bandmates, in Boyz Two Men, and the general public, ultimately leading him to make the tough choice of exiting the group. This brings into question the dynamics within the group. Even though he has left, McCary still feels deeply hurt by the way things played out within the group. When reminiscing about his days with Boyz Two Men, he talks about feeling deserted and angry, mentioning that they no longer communicate at all. Strangely, McCary's name is missing from the band's official biography page, which showcases their many accomplishments in popular songs like I'll Make Love to You and End of the Road. A spokesperson for Boyz Two Men chose not to respond to McCary's recent statements when asked by the media. Furthermore, Kandi's revelation about collaborating with the legendary Boyz Two Men unveiled a surprising aspect of her career that had previously gone unnoticed. Kandi unveiling, during a recording session with Boyz Two Men, Kandi Buruss confessed to feeling greatly insulted. She described it as a time when she experienced a high level of disrespect. Despite being known as a member of Escape, Buruss has also gained fame as a songwriter, having written many songs for her group. Not only that, she has also contributed to hit songs like TLC's No Scrubs and Destiny's Child's Bills, Bills, Bills. During her time as a songwriter, Buruss had some unfavorable encounters while working with the famous Boyz Two Men, which she openly talked about. Madame Noir reported that in an Instagram live chat, the singer-songwriter conversed with legendary musician Eddie Lever and his daughter about the impactful moments in her professional life. When questioned about the most difficult person she collaborated with, Buruss named the renowned Grammy-winning group Boyz Two Men. Buruss was initially hesitant to acknowledge it, but ultimately said that even though a century had passed, there was no lingering resentment. She recounted a troubling interaction with Boyz Two Men in the studio. We disagreed that episode. There was tension. I had never encountered such disrespect in a studio before. It was incredibly surprising. Nevertheless, that is all water under the bridge now. Fortunately, we have moved past that incident. Buruss did not go into detail about the specific problem, other than making it clear that it was unrelated to singing. Wanya Morris responded by offering a comprehensive description of the issue. She disclosed that the disagreement arose from the allocation of songwriting credits for a joint project. Morris highlighted that it is customary to distribute songwriting credits equally to prevent conflicts. She detailed during his own Instagram Live broadcast that following collaboration on a song, there was a disagreement when it came to sharing the credits. Even though the song was not finished, Buruss initiated discussions about dividing the credits. In the music industry, the term splits indicates the division of songwriting credits among the writers of a song. These splits can greatly affect the royalties earned, particularly if the song becomes highly successful. The song in question is most likely Beautiful Women, which is the sole song in Buruss' catalog that she collaborated on with Boyz Two Men. This track was featured on their album Nathan Michael Sean Wanya, which only received gold certification in the United States. The album only saw the release of 2 singles, which was disappointing considering the group's previous success with popular songs like End of the Road and One Sweet Day featuring Mariah Carey. Morris discussed how he and his bandmates stem from a background of traditional music where working together is crucial, contrasting with Buruss, who appeared to prioritize songwriting credits. He noted that despite their differences, many artists today tend to adopt Buruss's mindset. Despite their previously unresolved disagreement, Buruss and Boyz Two Men once again joined forces, although Morris himself remained apathetic towards her. He confessed to keeping tabs on her appearance on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, recognizing her insightful perspectives on the program. Morris emphasized that although he values Buruss's viewpoints, he feels that numerous highly skilled singers outshine her vocal prowess, such as Jana Brown from America's Got Talent and Liamani Segura, a talented 12-year-old vocalist. Later album release. After being out of the public eye for a year, Boyz Two Men formed their record label MSM Music Group, which was distributed by Coke Records. In 2004, they released the Throwback, Volume 1 LP, which features covers of classic R and B, and soul songs like the Daz Band's Let It Whip, Michael Jackson's Human Nature, and Bobby Caldwell's What You Won't Do for Love. Nathan showcased his talent by taking on the bass lines and baritone vocals he sang when Boyz Two Men was a quartet. The album reached number 59 on the Billboard 200 chart. The group embarked on an independent tour across North America and Asia to promote the Throwback series. Despite minimal promotion, the album sold over 200,000 copies, mostly due to the success of their independent tour. Boyz Two Men collaborated with Anderson Camo in 2005 on a CD titled Apocalypse, aiming to support Haiti through this project. In 2006, Boyz Two Men released their 7th studio album, The Remedy, specifically targeting their fan base in Japan. The album was later digitally distributed worldwide through the band's website on February 14, 2007. In 2007, the group signed a new contract with Universal Records and released the album Motown, A Journey Through Hitsville, USA, under the Decca Records label. This cover album features songs from the Motown Records catalog and was co-produced by Randy Jackson from American Idol. The Motown album includes covers of tracks by The Temptations, Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me, Marvin Gaye, Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing, Mercy Mercy Me, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, The Tracks of My Tears, and even Boyz Two Men themselves, a cappella version of End of the Road. Motown achieved modest success in the commercial sphere, reaching number 6 on the US R&B chart and achieving gold certification in the UK. Additionally, it was well received critically. Boyz Two Men's album Motown, A Journey Through Hitsville. USA received 2 nominations at the 51st Annual Grammy Awards in 2009, including for Best R&B Album and Best R&B Performance by a Duo, or group with vocals for their song Ribbon in the Sky. Boyz Two Men's 3 members made a memorable appearance on the show Celebrity Don't Forget the Lyrics in 2008, where they amazed the audience with their performance, they managed to raise $500,000 for their chosen charities through their participation on the show, which also sparked anticipation for their upcoming release. In 2009, Boyz Two Men revealed their intentions to create a cover album featuring songs by unexpected artists, as stated by Sean Stockman. Titled Love, the album was officially launched on November 23, 2009. Love includes reimagined versions of romantic songs from different musical genres, not just R&B. Boyz Two Men reunites. To celebrate their 20th anniversary and Valentine's Day, Boyz Two Men took center stage on a romantic love cruise. Setting sail from Miami, Florida to Nassau, Bahamas from February 11th, 2011, the cruise offered passengers a range of exclusive experiences. Guests enjoyed a welcome cocktail party with Boyz Two Men, live concerts by the band, a chance for photos with the group in small groups, a formal prom night, a poker tournament, a deck party with Boyz Two Men and a guest DJ, a singles mixer, a gift bag, and opportunities to win tickets to future Boyz Two Men events. In a special moment, couples could also renew their wedding vows in a ceremony officiated by Boyz Two Men. In celebration of Boyz Two Men's 2 decades in the music industry, the album 20 features a double CD with a total of 21 tracks, 13 new songs, and 8 reimagined versions of their classic hits. This album, marking the group's 4th collaboration with MSM Music Group, was officially launched on October 25, 2011. Interestingly, 20 made its debut in Japan 13 days before its scheduled release in the United States, thanks to a partnership with Avex Group, the largest independent record label in Japan. At first, Boyz Two Men revealed plans for a reunion with original member Michael McCary for their 20 album. During a concert in Virginia Beach, Virginia on September 6, 2009, Stockman shared that their upcoming 20th anniversary album would feature all 4 members, which was met with enthusiastic applause. However, shortly after this announcement, McCary decided not to participate in the project. Boyz Two Men, a 3-member group, made a special appearance as guest performers on VH1's popular concert event, VH1 Divas Celebrate Soul. In 2012, Boyz Two Men included a rendition of the song Snowdrop by L'Arc-en-Ciel, a Japanese rock band, on their tribute album. The group made an appearance on The View on January 22, 2013, alongside New Kids on the Block and 98 Degrees to reveal their upcoming joint tour scheduled for the summer of 2013. By February 20th, 2013, Boyz Two Men disclosed their plan to halt touring starting from March 1st, 2013, to focus on performing at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. On January 13th, 2014, the group made a guest appearance on an episode of How I Met Your Mother called Slapsgiving 3, Slappointment and Slap Mara, where they sang an a cappella rendition of the show's tune, You Just Got Slapped. Their 11th album, Collide, was released on October 21st, 2014. In Greece, Live in 2016, the 3 members of the trio took on the role of the Teen Angels and performed the song Beauty School Dropout. Wanya finished in 4th place during the 22nd season of the reality show Dancing with the Stars on ABC. Additionally, they provided music for an animated version of The Snowy Day. The group's involvement in television advertising for Geico Auto Insurance started in 2017. The City Council of Philadelphia decided to honor Boyz Two Men by renaming a portion of Broad Street as Boyz Two Men Boulevard on June 24, 2017. This specific area stretches from Christian to Carpenter Streets. The Philadelphia High School for the Creative and Performing Arts, which counts the members of Boyz Two Men as alumni, is located along this renamed section of Broad Street. A new album titled Under the Streetlight was announced to be released in the fall of 2017. The album was subsequently released on October 20th, 2017. The group made an appearance in a recently released song by Charlie Puth called If You Leave Me Now on January 4th, 2018, intended for his album Voice Notes. Boys, Two Men is known as one of the most prominent groups in both a cappella and R&B music. They were at the forefront of a shift in the 1990s to bring R&B back into the mainstream, after it had previously been popular in the 1970s. While using hip-hop beats along with R&B was not groundbreaking, Boyz Two Men's ability to appeal to a wide audience by prioritizing harmony over hip-hop tracks played a significant role in solidifying R&B's dominance on the pop charts in the 2000s and 2010s. In recognition of their success, Boyz Two Men received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on January 5th, 2012. In 2021, they were featured in the first episode of the Netflix series This Is Pop, which explored their influence on the boy band scene of the 1990s. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.